Tonight, from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jimmy Garoppolo and the San Francisco 49ers taking on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Arizona Cardinals.
To kick off for Arizona.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Here's Dante Pettis on the return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
Dante Pettis on the return.
Out comes the San Francisco offense as they are led out by their quarterback, the man known as Jimmy G. That's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And there he is, the man known as Jimmy G, Jimmy Garoppolo, who I thought had a really nice year in 2019. So close to culminating with a Super Bowl title. Accurate with the football, completed nearly 70% of his passes, which was fourth best in the NFL. Nearly 4,000 yards through the air with a team that runs the ball with great efficiency. 27 touchdowns, but in the Super Bowl, didn't quite make the plays they needed down the stretch. But remember, some big wins last year at New Orleans, at Seattle in Week 17, 2 playoff wins. He's continuing to develop as one of the better ascending players in the league.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
George Kittle is easily one of the elite tight ends in the NFL. Back-to-back seasons of 88 and 85 catches. We just saw another one right there. Anytime he lines up on the field, you better treat him as a primary receiver and make sure you have a second guy in the vicinity to try and cover him.
To throw again on second down. Garoppolo completes it to the tight end Kittle. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 12 yards there and a first down. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on the field. Because when I hear tight end, I think of the old school, hand in the dirt, blocking on the line of scrimmage. These guys are much more receiver than they are guys who are going to move in the running game.
At the 42-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Garoppolo now. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. The first carry for the North Texas man, it's Jeff Wilson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
At the 21-yard line.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Third and 4.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. 5 yards from the end zone, first and goal. Here's Mostert. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Niners have taken the early lead. They gotta love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. On the return, Andy Isabella. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals coming out led by Kyler Murray, the offensive rookie of the year a season ago, and back for more here in year number 2.
I still remember being in Indianapolis at the Combine when the result of Kyler Murray's height was announced. And when the tape measure showed him at a little bit above 5'10", all doubts went out the window, and rightly so. The Cardinals went 5-10-1 with him last year, but he was the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year. This guy can make great plays with his arm, can scoot with his feet, and has motivated this team and has them on a really good upward trajectory.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D Ford that time, getting the sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Shotgun now for Murray. And he whips that one incomplete there. incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Murray now. They'll set up the screen to Drake. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3-and-out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
On fourth down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Niners will go on offense, first and 10.
Well, the 49ers heading out, the defending NFC champs coming off back-to-back road wins, weeks 2 and 3, both at MetLife Stadium, both convincing victories as well. 31-13, they beat the Jets, and then 36-9, they take care of the Giants. Focusing on the positives, anytime you outscore teams 67-22, no matter who the opponent's CD, that's good. You're doing something right. But all the injuries have piled up, although Nick Mullins coming in for Jimmy Garoppolo looked pretty good, didn't he?
He certainly did. 25 of 36, 343 yards and a touchdown. He's played well in the limited opportunities that he's had as a 49er. I wonder, partner, if he's going to be one of those quarterbacks that someone's going to say, you know something? He could be a starter for me, because they've seen him actually do it on the field as opposed to maybe drafting someone. But all these injured players that they've had, I mean, they return home with an injury list. You need a couple of pencils to fully write out. They want to get to the point where the erasers come into play, don't they? Where they can take a few of those guys off of that injury list. But they do get 3 home games in a row now. Philadelphia, who's really struggled. Miami, who we don't expect to be very good this year. And then a big one against the Rams.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down.
First and 10.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this. Back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert.
First down and a little extra for Mostert. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Raheem Mostert averaged 5.6 yards per carry last year. That was 2nd in the NFL. So it's safe to say that it paid off that he patterned his work ethic after his hero, Frank Gore, the former 49er. That's a guy who really shows you how to go out and get it done each and every day. Raheem Mostert patterned him and had a breakout season in 2019 with the 49ers.
On first down, they go with Mostert again.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 9-yard touchdown run. Where the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Gold to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Raheem Mostert. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. On the return, Isabella. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Isabella on the return. The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Well, the Arizona Cardinals, they have fallen from the ranks of the unbeatens at 2-1 now following a 3-point loss at home to Detroit in Week 3. And Charles, Kyler Murray's been terrific in the early part of the year. He threw 2 more touchdown passes and ran for another, but he also reminded folks that he's still just a young second-year quarterback because he had 3 interceptions.
And it's interesting when you talk to people around the league, talk to people who observe the league in preseason, a lot of people said, okay, this is a team to keep an eye out for in the NFC West. But you also had some people saying, hold on a second, pump the brakes. It's too big of a rise for this team. I think these 3 straight road games coming up.
NFL Madden League Season 1822020 games and highlights.
At Carolina, at the Jets, at Dallas. If somehow they win these 3 games, this Cardinals team is truly for real.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Cardinals nothing.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. From the gun, Murray finds the open target, Arnold. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
From the gun on third down, Murray dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards
Week
in a
1
first.
Dallas Cowboys 2-8 Los Angeles Rams 4-5
He
final.
can get it done through the air. Terrific right arm, and nowadays we don't even talk about his height anymore. He's shown that he can see downfield and make throws, but he also possesses wide receiver speed. He can call his own number or scramble and turn it into a big play as well. Kyler Murray, a dual threat at the quarterback position.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll buy some time right. He'll run it. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. D Ford, his 2nd sack of the night.
And there's Kyler Murray being sacked, and in his first year in the league, surprising to a lot of people, he was the most sacked quarterback, went down 48 times. And when you think about the mobility that he possesses, that really does surprise people because they think they can get out of everything. But so often, those young guys who can move around a lot, they keep plays alive so long that sometimes they actually get trapped. Defenses are going to test him and continue to test him.
Week 1 Pittsburgh Steelers 3-8 New York Giants 1-0
That last
final.
sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 21.
He'll look to Mostert to start things out.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Looking for Pettis,
Week 1 Tampa Bay Buccaneers 1-4 New Orleans Saints 3-5 final.
And he will score. Touchdown Cardinals.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Pettis now on the return. And penalty markers down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to give to Mostert.
And some room to roam now. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43.
From the gun, a run with Mostert.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
What a breakout season Raheem Mostert had in 2019, and now he's got a chance to be the lead back for his team. In fact, he spent time in the offseason bulking up, trying to get stronger to absorb the extra hits and be available for more snaps. He wants to be a guy who carries the ball from game 1 all the way through game 16 in the regular season.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo.
That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield.
Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Garoppolo looking for Ayuk, and he's got him. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Garoppolo to Ayuk. First down, 49ers.
21-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
First down, Garoppolo.
That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
They hand it off to Mostert.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Garoppolo on first down. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
So much of the 49ers' success last season was due to tight end George Kittle, the NFL's all-pro tight end in 2019. If you want to start a debate, ask the question, is he the best tight end in the game? Or is it Kansas City's Travis Kelce? Maybe they're 1A and 1B. In any event, Kittle had 107 catches last season, his 2nd straight 1,000-yard season, and he's a threat anywhere on the field, especially as you get closer to the goal line.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. That time, a 9-play drive. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Out comes Kenyon Drake and the Arizona offense to take over. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a man coming off a career season. Here's Kenyon Drake.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. Now let's listen in on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Operating from the gun. Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. D4 in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. This to Arnold on the short pass. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And this is Kenyon Drake, fifth-year man from Alabama. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back.
He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. By Jordan Phillips. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
How about Jordan Phillips there breaking through for the sack, and that's exactly why Arizona acquired him to anchor their defensive line. Very stout against the run, can take on double teams, but he can also split them, get upfield, and get into the offense's backfield, as we just saw there.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
On the handoff, this is Mostert.
Space to maneuver at the 40. The 40. 30. 10. Touchdown. 49ers. Raheem Mostert with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Now Gold for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
At their own 20.
Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense.
And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. First down, Murray. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The lines move there, look like nobody open, now second down.
Well, Charles, a little bit ago we talked about the 3-0 teams. How about we flip the script to look at the 0-3 teams? There are 6 of them: the Jets, Texans, Broncos, the Giants, the Vikings, and the Falcons. And then 2 others, by the way, Bengals and Eagles, winless at 0-2-1 after their tie. But I'm curious, any of those, do you think that they still have a chance of playing football in January?
Well, the short answer and the easy answer should be no, right? With this kind of a start, they should be pretty well dead and buried. But I'm going to focus in on the Houston Texans because they've done it before. We've seen it, right? One year they started 1-2, won their division. One year they started 0-3, finished 11-5, and won the AFC South. So they have a history of slow starts, but they know how to turn things around. And when Deshaun Watson's playing quarterback, anything can happen.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. From the gun, Murray. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Murray now on first down. And that is incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down.
As we do every week, we like to look ahead to what's coming up week 4 in the NFL. And no shortage of good matchups again. I'm going to start, Charles, with one that is not really an intriguing matchup because they're 2 good teams. 2 0-3 teams, Denver and the Jets. Vic Fangio and Adam Gase, those coaches, they both need a win in a big way.
You got that right, and both of them have really struggled in the early going. Denver lost their quarterback, Drew Lock. He's supposed to be gone for about a month or so, and they're playing with Jeff Driscoll right now. And it's really, really tough for the Jets. Hard to find anything that's been positive early.
And then a couple of other ones on the other end of the spectrum. Pittsburgh at Tennessee, both 3-0, and a late afternoon game on Sunday. New England at Kansas City. That should be a good one.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at third down here. Throwing again, Murray. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw is Garoppolo.
He'll get this into the hands of Mostert.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. Already back out there, so let's not waste any time as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
He's back to throw here to start the drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it's a second down.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 56, the mark for 56. Check 56. Operate. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
A gain of 12.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. Hopkins, strong running. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, part of why that play works is because the defense has to freeze because they don't know whether he's going to hand it off or keep it himself. And this time, how about that sleight of hand there? Gives it to his wideout. And that indecision defensively, boy, it hurt him in a big way.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. From the gun, Murray got his man complete over the middle. It's Arnold. And he's got this down to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Second and 11 now.
Operating from the gun, Murray. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35, the 30, 10, and they will score. It's a 49er touchdown.
Touchdown, 49ers.
He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick six last year, remember it, but it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs, and they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Gold to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. On the return, Isabella.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 30.
The football going back over to Arizona now.
And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Murray trying again after the pick six. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up, nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up second and third down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
And think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
And DeAndre Hopkins with another catch. And let's face it, when Arizona made this trade, there had to be no one happier than quarterback Kyler Murray, who had been pushing his management to draft his college teammate C.D. Lamb out of Oklahoma. But when they made the trade for DeAndre Hopkins, they didn't need to do that anymore. This guy's an all-pro receiver. He's been the top 3 in receptions the last 2 seasons. And now with Larry Fitzgerald already there, and you add DeAndre Hopkins, the possibilities, endless for the Arizona Cardinals in the passing game.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Raheem Mostert and the Niner offense getting the football back.
And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, right at the 30.
On the ground, the drive starts with Wilson.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Mostert. Room here to run. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25.
Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones.
When I watch Chandler Jones play for the Arizona Cardinals, I actually get a little bit jealous because he does his job as well as anyone in the league. He's played 64 games for Arizona starting this season, 60 sacks in that time frame. That's just under 1 per game. That type of success rate will not only keep you on the field, but also garner you a lot of honors.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. but I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
For the field goal, a 31-yard attempt.
And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will be a touchback. No return from Isabella.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after them now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Check.
Shotgun now from Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Dan Arnold.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Murray a give. This is Drake.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Well, there's someone who's running the football with a big smile on his face, and that's Kenyon Drake, because you remember last year he was in Miami, wasn't getting many carries, not a lot of success, but in midseason ended up in Arizona and became a huge weapon for the Cardinals. 8 touchdowns the second half of the season, utilized really well. Big-time skilled player who can run it and catch it out of the backfield. He has finally found a home and a place for his talents.
56 the mic. 56 the mic.
Now on first down, Drake again. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
On the tackle.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun, it's Drake. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on first down is Murray. And the Niners get there and bring him down. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, Murray. And he rifles one incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target, and it's third down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Murray with a third and long. Being chased out left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. So they decline it as that will bring up fourth.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it fourth down.
And how about this? Fourth and long, and they're going to go for it.
That's right, baby. They don't want it. Mike 56. Mike 56.
They're going for it. It's Murray going deep for Hopkins. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on fourth down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. This game is all but over after that last fourth down stop. The only question left, will they play conservative and run the clock or try to pour some salt in the wound? Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at the 45. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Now Mostert fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
The ball carrier.
He was brought down by Devon Kennard.
The 35-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
This is Mostert. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
He's tackled.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Niners on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Ayuk. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and they picked up a first down for them, too.
Wilson with a first down carry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Intended for Dante Pettis. Incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by Gold is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
Niners 41, Cardinals 7.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they were stopped on 4th down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is, because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on 4th down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves, let's get back out there and move the ball again?
And is it different when you get stopped on 4th versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a 4th down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a 4th down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
10 yards on.
Well, even I can figure out that DeAndre Hopkins is clearly one of the best receivers in the game. Over the last 3 seasons, over 1,100 yards in each season. And don't forget, defenses have been keying on him each and every snap. This guy produces no matter what the situation, no matter what the coverage. Just find him and get him the football.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 23 yards to pick up there.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Mark 56. Mark 56.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he fires one incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Dan Arnold, but it's going to be 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Murray. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
The Cardinals on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
For Kenyon Drake, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
41, Cardinals 7.
San Francisco gets set to go here.
And they enjoy this fourth quarter lead, starting out 1st and 10 now following the missed field goal.
Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Once again, it's Mostert.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Mostert, the ball carrier. He was taken down by Chandler Jones. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
The Niners on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Right there.
From the gun, Murray finds the open target, Arnold. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
2nd and 2.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves. but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They'll roll him out right, and now he's going to use his legs. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Murray. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. D Ford make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Kenyon Drake, incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Now Murray's got to have this one. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that one falls incomplete. And now, look at the clock. Only 7 seconds remain. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.